I think putting people intentionally in position to win is a big deal as a leader.
Yeah.
Like, how do I strategically put, like, knowing who I'm dealing with, knowing what I got going on. I never forget, we had this young lady, super personality, man. I mean, just like sun in a body, like literally. I mean, this girl would walk in, but was also a shell of herself, right? So I remember early off in our when we had planned it, we were like, you know what, put her at the door, like. Because she would come in, sit in, kind of sit in the middle. She would never sit in the back. She would never sit in the front. It was always in the middle. And I guess that's like, if I sit too close, I'll be seen.
Yeah.
But if I sit too far back, I'll be seen. Like, why is she in the back? Or why is she? So right in the middle. One day I was like, hey, could you do us a big favor? And she's like, what? I said, could you stand at the door and when people come, just say hi. That's it. Like, you don't have to walk them anywhere. You don't got to walk them in. Just say hi. And I remember watching her at first, like the first couple Sundays she did it. She was like, hi, hey, hi, how you doing? How's it going? And you watched it develop to where she owned that. Eventually it was like, hey, how you doing? Oh my God, we're so glad you're here, man. This is exciting. Oh, you're going to have an amazing time today. Worship is going to be great. Hey, go in, so-and-so is going to help you find your seat, da-da-da-da-da. If you need any coffee or anything, it's over here. And she grew into that. But she was disengaged at first. So I think as leaders, sometimes we have to look at people and go, okay, where within the organization, where within the ministry can I help you find your place?
Yeah. Sometimes it's on us to engage and assess and know where to put people.
Right.
One thing I see a big mistake is, especially in pulpit ministry or teaching, is you throw a person that you rarely haven't met with, haven't coached with, haven't helped in teaching, and you're like, hey, go speak in front of the whole congregation. Everyone can see how terrible you are because you haven't put the rep. Yeah, it's a setup of failure.
They'll never do it again.
I love our ministry and the way we do things as far as community groups. If I want to have someone teach, I have multiple community groups, so now I can have that person do that teaching. Start there with a group of 10, get feedback, and it's like, or a worship leader help, rather than just throwing them out. And you may say, well, isn't that bad? No, that's a good thing. I'm trying to help them succeed. And I also will do that to allow them to see their own gifts. So what ends up happening, one story comes to mind. I had a guy, he did youth ministry before, was teaching. I didn't really think he had the gift of teaching. He's behind the scenes. He's gifted in that. Very talented, very amazing, servant heart. But rather than me crushing him, because it demoralizes, he was already not engaged, I said, okay, why don't you prepare? And then why don't you preach it to me and see how it is? Like just one person. He thought it was okay after preaching to me. Okay, great. I didn't think it was there. Didn't make any sense. It was okay, so here, why don't you write stuff down? Let me coach you, blah, blah,
coaching.
And then put him in front of just one group. I said, okay. And then afterwards, hey, how do you think it went? Finally, he's like, yeah, I don't really think teaching is my lane. This is my thing. It was an easy fail. He had preached 2-3 times, came back, had feedback, and no one said you did a terrible job. But he can see, oh man, that was harder than I thought. It wasn't as good as I thought. And I said,
and he may have not liked it.
Yeah, and he didn't like it. He struggled. And I said, did you struggle this much when you just helped set up? Hey, how about next? He's like, no, man, I didn't even think about it. I was like, why don't you just do this? Now he's thriving. He's amazing. He's
exploding, doing this. He found his place.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that conversation I had with AJ. The full interview is found on my Patreon page, and it's a monthly subscription where I can help church leaders like yourself. Not only with extra bonus content and long formatted conversations with real life church leaders in ministry doing ministry, but I can also give out PDFs and digital resources, even an opportunity for one-on-one coaching. And so if you'd like to join that community, the Patreon community, feel free to check it out with the link below. But I'm so glad that you're a part of our YouTube community. Feel free to hit the subscribe button, the bell so you get notified, because we got great content coming on this channel, and we're so glad that you're a part of our community.